Hey, beloved, how you doing? Look at this, man. This is kind of like my new studio. This is my bed up top, and then I got a little desk right here, and I got my chest of drawers. As the school ended, they had to take all the furniture that we had originally had, but we got to stay in this same house. So I was able to do this, and so it's cool. Like it all worked out. But guys, wanted to give you guys an update. Dude, I'm still in this love of God thing. I shared a little bit in my last video, just what God was doing. I was finishing up the school, and man, I just feel like the Lord continues to, and it's just a revelation I'd never want to graduate from is being loved by God and making this the most important part of who I am. The most important thing about my identity, who I am, is that I'm one that's loved by God. And quick testimony, actually, a couple weekends ago, show up to church. One of my friends comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, can you pray for this guy? He's in the lobby. Seems a little heavy." And so I go out there and say, "Hey, oh, sorry. You need some prayer?" I grabbed one of my other friends and we took him outside and this guy starts to talk about how he's just coming out of the or I don't know how long he's been out of it, but he used to be a general in the satanic cult club, whatever you call it. I don't even know. And so we're talking, and he just seems so genuine, like he's just genuinely at the end of his ropes and needs Jesus. He needs the real thing. He's been so long trying to grab onto this counterfeit power, counterfeit all the things. So I just asked him, dude, are you ready to give your life to Jesus? And he ends up giving his life to the Lord, and then we take him through this prayer where he's renouncing things. Dude, he was saying stuff I never even heard of. Certain magic stuff, and like he's just renouncing it, breaking agreement with things that he's pledged his allegiance to. And he brought one of his friends that's a proclaimed witch, in the area, and so she's inside. And so anyway, we go in the service, and guess what they're preaching on? Obviously it's Father's Day, so I guess it's not too crazy, but they're preaching on the Father heart of God. And I got to watch as they preach on it, and then they invite people up. I'm on the ministry team, and so I got to go and I pray for people. And lately, I've just been hugging people, man, and God's love would just fall on people, and I get to feel it through. He's working through me. And anyway, we got to pray with this guy, and dude, they're just getting rocked by the love of God. And I'm just thinking, man, the hardest, most people from the opposite team, are coming in, and the most powerful thing in the universe is the love of the Father. And I've just been watching God, and people are coming to me. And I say all this to say, not in a boastful or arrogant way, but we can only give away what He's given to us. And so I'm just seeing God release this revelation in a very tangible experience to people. And people are beginning to say, "Josh, I need this. Let's talk through it." Because there's so much religion around us that says try harder, do better, work more, do more religious things. And I'm beginning to be more convinced and more convinced that the most important thing of our life is learning to receive the love of God. And it's only in that place where our works will come out of that place. And so anyway, I don't need to get all lost in all that. So that was one of my testimonies, but I say all that to say God is beginning to release works through me. And so we started prayer walking on CU Denver's campus. And so some of me just feels like I need to share kind of what God's doing in and through me, because you guys are supporting the ministry and stuff. And so, but we started on CU Denver. Apparently there's like 38,000 students at this college, just asking God for fresh strategy. What's his heart for this campus? How does he want us to go about serving it and loving and praying for it and doing all those things? And so we're asking the Lord for connections with Chi Alpha and other ministries, and just kind of coming alongside of people that have already been laboring there. But I wanted to share it. The one I'm most excited for is God's opened the door for me to be a small group leader for one of the young adults groups over the summer. So we meet once a week in my house, and we're going through this book, Abba's Child. If you see that picture right there, it's a father embracing a son. And this is the premise that I want to release this to my generation. I want to share this with everybody that I know. And it's this, it is Brennan Manning, the author, man. He sought the Lord for most of his life, lived in monasteries. He lived in a cave for 6 months. And he even went and signed himself into a prison in Switzerland, I believe, and just to live among the prisoners. And throughout his life, he's just doing the deepest, most intense spiritual things you can think of. And the ultimate revelation and understanding that he came to was the most important thing about me is the fact that God loves me just as I am, not as I should be. And he struggled with alcoholism, I think until he died. And so it's just this book is profound. I encourage you guys, if you're looking for it, it's a deep book. It's one of those books you kind of gotta pause every couple sentences and like, what did I just read? And so, but anyway, I get to take people through this. This is probably my biggest passion right now. Is I want to see people encounter the love of God and walk and believe that they are loved by God. It's beloved identity. I believe that is what shifts absolutely everything in your life. I'm walking in the most freedom I've ever walked in, and it's just all just I believe that He loves me for the first time in a really long time. I believe that God loves me, and it changes everything. And there's light that comes, and perfect love casts out fear. So you get to be your most authentic self, and people gravitate towards people that are just free, and you can be you for once, man. You don't have to hide behind this religious mask and, oh man, I don't know if I can say that. And so I'm just, dude, I'm super enjoying this season. God's doing a lot, and I'm just excited. And all He asks me to do, He says, this is the work of God, is to believe in my Son. And He says, if you want to bear much fruit, just abide in my love. Just stay right there. And it's actually the Father that begins to work through you. And it's not this, I just feel like religion's breaking off of me, and all this striving that I've been doing for the last however much long. I've been in the prayer movement for a while, and I just feel like it took me 6 years. I think of the analogy of breaking a horse, where a horse has got to go buck wild, and you're just riding it out until finally he gives up. And I think that's where I got back in October 2024. Is I gave absolutely, and that's the cool thing about the prayer room thing, is it gives you full permission to just go all in for God. And so I got to do all the fasts, all the 40-day fasts, the 21-day fast, just fasting like crazy, praying anywhere from 20 to 50 hours a week. And I think I finally got to the end of it. Not that I don't pray anymore, but as far as the end of, just I was trying to get into a room I found out I was already in. And so it's just exciting. I want to stay here. I want to live in this, and God's doing things, and He's encountering people now, and I'm seeing some fruit, and it's fun. It's fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna back down or shy away. Like, it's fun to live in God, and to Him to live through me. And I'm just feeling I'm having a lot of fun with friends and all kinds of stuff. So I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to update you guys. I hope you're encouraged about this. If you want to talk about this, would love to just chat with you. We can hop on the phone. I want people to know they're loved by God, to believe it at a heart level, at a mind. He says we're transformed by the renewing of our mind. And so, anyway, guys, love you, and hope to talk to you soon.